Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, the Life Coach. I'm thinking that today is gonna be a rant, so I still think I'm gonna edit it, but maybe I'm just gonna keep flowing my thoughts instead of having them a little more solid. And we're gonna call them ranting from your core. Okay, so the topic today is Dear Fat People. Yes, you guys have seen the video, I assume. So here's my take on this Dear Fat People, this fat shaming business. First off, if something has the phrase shaming in it, how can you be okay with it? How is it ever a positive thing? How does it actually help anybody if it has shaming in the title? Skinny shaming, yes, there was a parody with David So where he did Dear Skinny People. It was hilarious, go check it out. The idea of shaming somebody literally should not feel good in your core as you're saying it. So there should not be any fat shaming. This Dear Fat People thing shouldn't even exist. This whole business of, oh, I'm doing it because I care. No, like that's the stupidest cop-out I've ever heard. You probably don't even care and you're literally just doing this to because it's fun to shame people, it makes you feel better about yourself, yada yada yada. Guys, if that ever happens, where you're, insulting somebody else and it makes you feel better, look at yourself and see what the things are that you want to fix. There's obviously probably a self-esteem issue there. For example, I had this problem where, I had some self-esteem issues. I still am working on them. I would get upset at other people's accomplishments. That means that when you're shaming somebody, you're not actually doing it because you care, you're doing it because it makes you feel better. And there lies another problem, which is a self-esteem issue. So just take a step back if that's the problem. Because even if you actually do care about the other person, how does that seem like that's the appropriate way to go about fixing the problem? Let's say you're talking to somebody about their grades and then you're just like, wow, are you okay with how bad your grades are? Oh, you're right, I'm gonna just fix my grades. No, what you should do is sit down with them and you just talk to them about why are you not doing as well in school? Is there some sort of academic kind of gap that we need to fix? Do you want to do better in school? What do you want? And you start figuring out what their goals are, you start figuring out everything they want, and that's how you get people to do something. And this was just an example of people who don't do well in school. It's their choice. Always remember that when you're talking to people. It is their choice what they want to do. You are just here to provide advice. You're not here to shame anybody. You're not even here to tell people what to do, even in a respectful way. That's also bad. I mean, fat shaming is just shaming in general is just awful. It doesn't make any sense. I can't even believe that people would do that. I mean, the girl who did it, I know she's trying to be Jenna Marbles and that's just, I don't know. She's trying way too hard in the video and she's trying to be the crass Jenna Marbles person, but she lacks any subtlety or elegance or anything about it really. She's just crass. She's just disrespectful. I don't know. That's just awful. The way she did that didn't make any sense. Not okay. You're trying way too hard. Just my opinion. I don't know. You guys can agree or disagree with me that she's trying way too hard to be like that. Because crass is the new fad. Be blunt and things like that. And that's awesome. Be blunt. I'm trying to be blunt with you guys, but don't be disrespectful. I don't understand that. If you really do think that, okay, I want to give my take on it, and there are many people who have done this kind of stuff before, even someone crass like Greg Plitt, if you guys know who that was, he passed away recently, but he was a big fitness motivation person. Even him who's crass, he was the type of person that if there was a fat person in the gym and anyone talked smack about it, he would not allow that crap. In the comments, I remember he would not allow that crap. That was not okay. And everyone of his community would not be okay with that. That is good. People are trying to change their lives. You are not here to shame anybody into submission. That is not how this shit works. That is not how life works. Don't just throw it in their face. But you go and you say, hey, okay, so here's my take on all this. I know maybe you're okay with that. First, let me ask you. That's the thing. Ask questions. Don't just say shit. Ask questions if you really want to hear what their take is on it. First ask, are you okay with the way you look? I mean, some people are. And if they're not in dangerous health, like obese, then just as long as you show them what it means to be have a healthy lifestyle so they know what to do and things like that. That little chunky does not really do much, guys. But let's say they say they are not okay with the fact that they are overweight. Okay, that is probably what's gonna happen. Then you talk to them about, hey, why? What do you want to do about it? Like, let's talk about what you want to do, how we're gonna get you there, and like, I mean, you don't have to be a personal trainer or anybody, but you just have to be a friend. Like, shaming shouldn't be a thing. We're trying to, like, even if you're not friends with somebody, you have to be decent. It's not even about being a friend or not a friend, even though I just said that. It's about being decent human beings. You're here to say your stuff and, like, let them live their lives. You're just here to try to make them have as much information as they possibly can, and the motivation and the support. That is the key word, guys, the support to go and do what they really want. Because in the end of the day, it's their decision, but a lot of times, once they made their decision, they don't have the support to actually carry them through the process. Alright guys, that was the topic of the day, was the Dear Fat People. That was just my take on it. Comment below any thoughts you had on the topic and any topics you want me to talk about in the future. At least 3 videos a week. So subscribe if you like the content, like, share, all that jazz. This is Project Thought Process with Smiling at Your Core. I'm the life coach, and until next time guys, I'm signing out.